Hope everybody's having a fantastic Thursday. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping. We survived the eclipse. Now let's talk about some audience retention because I know that some of you are audience retention isn't as good as it probably could be, should be. Joe Eves is not going to make it today. He's having a lovely trip out with his wife. I was going to make a joke on the fact that he was going to get a full body massage and get his hair cut and his nails done. But then I was like, I'm not going to do that. He's being nice and he's taking his lovely wife out for a trip. So it's just me this week. So I thought if anybody is like feeling, frisky and wants to be a part of this live stream, I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to put it in the chat and I'm going to let you be a part of the stream. And then we could talk about your channel live right here and you could be a guest and we'll go over together if you want to do that. If you want to, you don't have to. I was just giving it the offer. So if you'd like to be a part of the stream, I put the link in the chat. Just jump on that little link that's in the comment section and you could be a part of the stream too. And you could have your channel looked at live and you can ask your questions live too. I figure, you know what? Want to mix things up since Joe's not here anyway. So let's talk about your audience retention. So if you don't know, in YouTube, it's that graph that tells you how long the amount of viewers have stayed on, and it gives you an average. So if you had 100% and it said 20%, if you had 100 people watching and it said only 20% watched the whole way through, that's terrible audience retention. You want to get it as close to 100% as possible. Like I've never had a video that had 100%, but I've had some that started off at 75 and 80%. And of course, those end up being my most viral videos. The more views you get, the harder it's to keep that attention. And when you go viral, you can see that audience retention dip like crazy. And the reason for that is that YouTube is testing out your content with other audiences, maybe audiences that aren't necessarily interested in real estate content. So when you go viral, sometimes it ends up in somebody's newsfeed. They start watching it and they're like, I really didn't want to watch that. So don't fret too much if you've got like 2 million views and your audience retention is now at 30%. So don't worry about it. Oh, look. Portland Life is going to come on here. She's going to come on here live. I've been talking to her via TikTok. So the first part we always need to understand when it comes to your audience retention is how to get their attention to start watching in the first place. And of course, that always comes down to your title and thumbnail. If you have a crummy title and you have a crummy thumbnail, you can guarantee you're not going to get very good views. The next thing is that if you've gotten them to click and you've gotten them to read your thumbnail and title, you have to get them engaged into your content immediately. And that's considered the hook. The hook used to be like, I think it was like originally they said like 30 seconds, but really, honestly, you got about 5 seconds to get their attention. I'll tell you who's really good at doing hooks is people on TikTok. And anybody that's doing short form content, they have the hook down good, right? So if you're trying to figure out what a good hook is, look at some of the most viral videos where it's like talking head type videos that have the most views. And if you look at those shorts or TikToks, their hooks are very engaging. Something about that first 5 seconds grabbed those people's attention and made them watch for a good period of that video. The difference between short form content and long form content is you got to keep going. You got to keep that moving all the way along. So you're going to have to figure out the elements that work for your specific video. I have a much older audience, and this is going to be very reflective of the type of content you have to get that better audience retention. And I have had some pretty busy editing as of late, probably for the last year. Lots of movements, lots of in and outs, lots of words on the screen, lots of animations, lots of sounds. I mean, kind of almost too crazy. I actually have been over editing my stuff. And I realized that because my audience retention had gone down significantly. and key points that used to work weren't working anymore. And I realized because of the editing I was doing, it was just too much because my audience is a lot older. Like they don't want that Mr. Beast like in your face out like this whoosh, explosions, all that craziness, they don't need that. And that's what you need to realize when you're looking at your audience retention graphs on YouTube. I'm going to pull something up. Let's see if I have anything on this channel. I doubt I do. Let's take a look see because I want to pull up an audience retention. No, I have no content on here. No. Oh, I had a video on here, but it took too long and it was not processed. Huh. Interesting. Anyway, I was going to show you an audience retention graph. Maybe I can just find one on Google. YouTube audience retention graph. Audience retention graph. See, this is what the kind of thing that Joe used to kind of help me with whenever he was here. He would do this. Okay, this is perfect. We can just pull one of these up. Da-da-da. Hello from realtor from South Florida, Adela. Hello there. How are you? And we got David Matney in the house. I don't know if you guys know, I put my the link to this live stream in the chat. If you guys want to just jump on the chat and have a little live chit chat with me about YouTube, we can do that because I'm running the show today. I can do whatever I want. All right. So we're going to look at one of these audience retention graphs. Okay. Let's pull up this one. Oops. No, not this one. Not this one. Oh, hold on. Let me see. Okay. This is actually pretty good. This is a 50% audience retention. And the thing I want you to pay attention to is that they kept this person on the video for a good almost half of the video before they dipped off. So that's when you need to study what happened at this point that made people skedaddle. Like why did they just go away? Was it something you said? Was it something that you said that was considered ending language, meaning that, all right, guys, that was really good. Those were my 5 points. And then you lingered on for 4 more minutes just talking about the weather and had nothing to do with the video. If you use that ending language, a lot of people just dip out. They think you're done. So be careful of that. Could you have said something offensive? And then you got to think about how is it that you're going to be able to get them the next time when you're making a video like this? Do you need to add like a news clip that supports what you're talking about? Do you need to add some kind of animation? Sometimes memes work. People really like memes. Like, have you ever seen the one that where it has the SpongeBob SquarePants and it's like 4 hours later, like that kind of stuff, find out, test those kinds of things and see what keeps them on your video as much as possible. And I wouldn't dump all of your ideas on audience retention into one video. Just the next video, try something and see if it works and then study that. Don't do it all at once because then you don't know what works. So let's see here. Let's see if we can find another audience retention graph because there's some good ones. No. All right. No. I'm trying to find another one in here. All right. Okay. So here's a good one to look at, right? So this one, let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to hit that control button. Yeah, here we go. I made it a little bit bigger. Hopefully you guys can see this. So they have a 48% audience retention, but I want you to notice something here. So it starts off slow and then it builds up like, ooh, wow, they're actually gaining more attention during this time. So obviously the hook was a little slow, but it was interesting enough that even more people continued to watch. And it kind of just leveled out until you got to this point. You see this little hump right there? This hump, this lady lump, check it out. This is where people really enjoyed the content. It was either enough for them to either slow down the video or pause the video to see exactly what you were doing or saying in this specific part. This is a good indicator of things you need to add to your next videos. The audience enjoyed it. It got their attention enough to either rewind it or pause it. and they continue to watch it. But then it kind of like slows down a little bit here, a little dippy do. But then you start to gain some people back, and then we have another little dip, and then you gain some people back. So they fast forwarded this little part. These two parts right here, they fast forwarded them because that wasn't as interesting. But then you got them back, and then they watched again, and then you have the slow decline right here. So, those kinds of peaks you see here are things you probably need to start adding towards the back end as well. So you definitely need to still do it in the middle, but also do it towards this area of your videos, that back end of your videos, so you keep them watching all the way through. Now, 48% view duration is not bad. I'm not going to lie. No, not going to lie. Here's another one, kind of the same thing. Had a good bump, got some good retention, but then you start fading out, man. Fading out. But then you did something really good, and then they pick right back up again. So what did you do in this part that made them more interested? You just got to study these things. Do. Again, same kind of thing. Got some good audience retention, slow burn. And then it's like, oh God, I'm falling off. and then all of a sudden, towards the end, though, they had more and more people watched, and they paused that video. So just study your analytics a little bit with your audience retention. Find out whether those things that they engage in, is it mine is definitions on the screen. So we are always so clueless when it comes to, we're clueless what people don't know, right? We think that everybody understands real estate terms and things that we're talking about. And we'll say things like first right of refusal. And people don't know what that means, right? So even though you're explaining it, write the definition for what that is too, write it at the bottom, and people will pause the video and slow it down and look at that and go, oh yeah, I guess I didn't know that. That was very educational, So yeah, just think about different ways you can grab people's attention. Another thing I want to tell everybody to do is that there was a school of thought for a period of time that whenever you're making a video, the first thing you would do is introduce yourself and then introduce the brokerage that you work for. I'm not saying that you shouldn't introduce yourself or talk about the brokerage you work for if that's what it's about. But honestly, when people are there watching a video, they honestly don't care who you are. So if you really want to boost up your audience retention, don't tell them who you are until like the middle of the video or even the end of the video. And that way, they're getting what they want from you without having to sit there and listen to you talk about yourself. If you want your audience retention, I'm going to prove a point. If you want your audience retention to go down, do it right at the beginning. 5 ways to buy a house, right? Video starts and you're like, hi, my name is Christina Smallhorn, your real estate whisperer. Thanks for watching. And Stuart.
I love you.
I love you too. I watch her on TikTok all the time. And it's a surprise guest because I just threw that link in the chat.
You could have had anybody join you.
I don't care. I like flying by the seat of my pants. I actually already have your channel already up. We're doing channel reviews too. There is no.
By the way, go easy on me. Well, don't go easy on me. That's a brand new channel as of January 1st. So I'm a fresh out of the womb girl with the long form. I can do the TikTok all day long, but that has been a skill I've had to learn.
Yeah, but you're good at the TikTok-y. You're good. And that can translate to really good content on YouTube as well. Because you understand, this is about audience retention, right?
Yeah.
You understand how to get people's attention within that first 5 seconds so they stop the scroll. You should be using that same exact concept for the first 5 seconds of your videos on YouTube. The same exact concept. Look straight into the camera, talk to them like you know them, like you do, like exactly you do on TikTok, and go right into it. But we're gonna review your channel in just a minute. After I answer this question. Living in Omaha, David Matney says, could you have a good video, but if the video is targeted to the wrong audience, could that tank your audience retention? Absolutely, 100%. And vice versa. Like I've seen so many real estate agents do this, where they take a channel that they're like, well, I already have 500 subscribers on this channel, and I'm just going to go ahead and start talking about real estate content. And their whole other content was about their kids camping and fishing and all this other garbage, and then all of a sudden their subscriber count goes down and nobody's watching their real estate videos, and it's like, because people came there to watch your kids camp, like you've totally missed the boat. And I've seen, the worst thing I've ever seen was a person I know has a real estate channel, and it just so happened in town they were having the like a biker show or whatever. All the bikers were coming into town. So she put that on YouTube because that's her area. That's where she sells. And she thought it was really neat. So she did this whole vlog of this biker thing in Florida. And all of her real estate content after that went, because that video went viral. So everything after that, she trained the algorithm incorrectly. It was going to take her a long time to get rid of that. So is that a kitty? What you got?
This is my dog.
Oh,
I have a cat and a dog.
Oh, I have a dog that's 17 years old and he won't die.
I saw that on there. Yeah.
Yes.
Sweet baby angel.
Yeah, he's something. But yes, David, that is true. That's what's going to happen. All right, let's do a little share the screen here, since we're not doing anything the normal way. The normal way. Where are we? Living in. Oh, you know what I did? I ended up going, because I went backwards. Here we are. All right, there we go. Living in Portland. No, Portland.
Well, everyone has living in, right?
Well, and I'm going to tell, this is the God honest truth. So there is somebody that goes around telling people that you should name your channel the area that you live in and make it living in or moving to, because that is what's going to give your channel Google juice. It's going to give your channel SEO search history. And I can promise you with every fiber of my being, if you named your channel Peanut Butter and Jelly and made the same exact content, you would get the same exact views doing the same exact thing it doesn't, there's nothing in the channel name that gives it any kind of extra
okay, good
Google juice because you named it Portland or whatever.
Well, because all of them were taken. All the ones they tell you to do are taken, and multiple times over. I'm like, I don't want to do that,
Do you know what that does?
What?
That advertises for the people that teach it, because that's their branding. So automatically, even if you never took their course, but decided to change your name to your channel to that name,
yeah,
it makes it look like you were trained by those people in order to. It's branding for them. That's all that is.
Okay, good, makes sense.
Yeah. So no, there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. Portland life. All right, we got to learn about Portland life. I'm going to say this first off.
Yep.
Is this about real estate?
Yes. Change the banner.
Change the banner to say something about real estate.
Okay.
Really, this sounds like Learn About Portland Life is a vlog channel to me, and you're learning all the things about vlogging or whatever.
Okay.
Yep. So, and then Portland Life channel, you don't need that on there. It's already named that. So I would make the value proposition, change it something about real estate. I do like the let's Zoom, and you don't need the subscribe button. It's unnecessary. Okay. Everybody knows at this point, like, to subscribe to a channel. The reason why it became ingrained in the culture here on YouTube, because at the beginning, nobody knew what it meant to subscribe. Now there's every social media site has some kind of subscription. So people understand that culture now. So, all right. So that's the first thing. Okay. Let's talk. Well, I want to ask this though. Why does your profile picture only have you, but then your banner has the both of you?
Because I'm the team leader.
Okay. So you will always be the front facing person.
Mostly. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good enough. I will shut it. I don't even think you need to have I like to see your noggin more.
More face.
More face.
Okay.
Yep. All right. What is this? Oh, is this like what is this?
Oh, that's a link. Yeah, it goes right to fill out a form on my website.
Bingo. Good call. And then take this subscribe part off. You don't need that. Yep. Good job. Good job. Moving to the Portland, Oregon area, book a call. I would just, I put this book the call thing down here because it's, you have it down here and here. There's no reason. This should be just what the channel is about and what they're going to get from the content you're making.
Okay.
This little area right here. So moving to Portland, Oregon, we are all about Portland living and serving the surrounding Portland suburbs and beyond. Yeah, all of that can just move this sentence, move this up.
Okay.
Yeah, everything else is hunky dory. I love it. Good job. Good job. You started this November 20th, 2023. If you want.
Well, yeah, that's when I opened up the channel, but I didn't put my first video until like January. I want to say it was 1st or 2nd or something like that.
Hey, not bad though. 2,000, almost 3,000 views in the last 30 days. Pretty good.
It took a while to even get going. Let me tell you, I had like 5 subscribers for like almost 2 months.
Yeah. Well, it's slow then fast. I mean, it took me forever to get when I got it took me 1 year to get 100 subscribers.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. But you got to remember, I was one of like 10 real estate agents that were on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then the next year I got to like 1,500. I was like, I'm doing so good. And then October of 2019, I had 3,500 or 3,000 around there, 3,500. And then I would, and took Daryl E's course. I had a 1 hour consultation with him. And then my channel, by the end of that year, at the end of 2019, I had 10,000 subscribers.
Wow.
So it's awesome. Possible. I kind of figured out what I was doing wrong. So, all right. What would you say your channel is about? Who is this focused for? Who is your avatar?
So we're kind of focused a lot on who we've been serving. And I don't know whether I'm right or wrong about what I'm about to say, but we do help a lot of baby boomers, a lot of 55 or older.
Okay.
We also do a lot of acreage. We're just starting to get our acreage series going. Was just out playing with the horses this morning. But in general, like half of our buyers are relocating from out of town and they're working at like the high tech. So we kind of have really, and honestly, we have about, 2 or 3 different types of buyers that we're consistently working with. So we're trying to do content for all 3.
Okay. If you focus in on one specific buyer, you're going to have a lot more success with your channel. This is part of knowing your avatar.
Yeah.
And if that's what you're looking for is more success with your channel, focus in on one avatar.
And do you have any, based on what I just shared with you, do you have any thoughts around the focus or?
Well, you're either going to be relocation over 55, or you're going to be people that are looking for acreage. What is your fantasy buyer? Which ones do you love working with the most?
Yeah.
That's what you're going to have to build that avatar around that,
Okay.
what is it you're really good at? What is it your avatar is, who is this person? What are their pain points? What kind of content can you focus around those specific pain points?
Because if I do all 3, is that going to,
you're going everywhere. You're throwing spaghetti against the wall, right?
That's the hardest part about this whole thing is that who's that dang avatar I need to focus on and not. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. That's the toughest one.
Well, since you're just kind of experimenting at this point, I would continue to do this for a good year. And then your analytics will tell you who your audience is.
Honestly, so I just got my first reach out on YouTube this morning, but it was, we did a live the other day where we, experimenting. It was kind of a crap show doing it. We did one on affordable housing and I got somebody who reached out to me who's trying to move to Portland in the next month for affordable housing. So I was like, so one of my friends who does YouTube too, he's like, is that your avatar? Is that who you want to focus on? I was like, well, I mean, no, but it was a topic that I thought was relevant. But yeah, I see what you mean.
The lives, honest to God, and this is the truth. I've said it many times, are my biggest cash cow as far as getting clientele.
Oh, really?
The videos drive traffic, no doubt about it. But
on their own, because even without putting all the tags and all, because I don't have anything special with those. I just did them live and posted them and threw a little thumbnail on it and called it good. Is that still going to be
I
juicy?
never do tags. I mean, honest, I think I have the same. I think I copied the same tags that I've had. Just copy paste it. And then when the year changes, I just change all of those to like 2024. Like, the tags mean very little in YouTube content. It used to be very significant at one time. It used to be imperative that you had them at one time because YouTube didn't have a good enough algorithm system to know what these videos are about. The minute your video is uploaded, it knows how many times you've said home affordability. It knows how many times that, like, it already knows all those things. The box is still there, but it means like even YouTube said this. It's the very last thing they look at. Like it's if they're totally confused what your video is about, it's the very last thing. But they already know from your title, your thumbnail, the words you speak, the visuals that you use in your content, those tags kind of really mean nothing.
So the lives, would you say they have more juice because they're alive than a normal
Yes.
video? Oh, really?
Yes, because of the fact, think of it as a client's perspective. You can watch somebody's videos, but they still feel at an arm's length distance from each other, right?
Yeah.
But if you're sitting in an audience live and people are getting their questions answered, and you put your question up there, and sure enough, the woman who's talking or the man who's talking out of thousands of comments that are coming in has picked your comment, put it on the screen, and had a whole discussion about your comment. I mean, like that right there is like, wow. And answered it in real time. They
Mhm.
feel more connected to you because you're willing to answer those just like that for them.
Now, the only thing is we only had a couple people on each time at best.
Yeah, well, everybody starts off at 0. Like
Yeah.
nobody no, like it took me forever,
Yeah.
but I would tell you to do what I do, which is create a thumbnail that relates to the title of the video. That's what I
Okay.
tell you to do. I also wanted to tell you that you spelled affordability wrong on this thumbnail. I'm dyslexic, but I was like, I think that's spelled wrong, but because I use this affordability a lot.
Yep.
But affordability, you spelled it
Love
wrong.
it.
Just FYI, that's
Yeah,
probably why
yeah,
you get
no.
40 views on that. But no, but they really are a great way to connect with an audience. And the thing is too, if you're looking at people that are over 55, do you think they are really that concerned about affordability? People that are living in over 55 communities are not that concerned. They want their pickleball. They want their golf
Mhm.
courses, you
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah.
the pain point of affordability is for a millennial, not a over 55 guy.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how those end up performing because we've done like 4 or 5 videos now, maybe 5 of 55 or
Mhm,
older communities because we don't have a lot of them here in Portland, honestly. So,
mhm. Somebody says, focusing on property tours, condos, and single family homes. My price range is 200 to 3 million. Should I focus on one property type and price point? I'm thinking differently on different audiences' thoughts. If your channel is only property tours, it doesn't matter. They're all houses and they're all people that like to look at houses. I mean, property tours should be always just that, just the same recipe. You do the exact same thing for every single house, whether it's a mobile home to a $3 million house. The length of the video should be exactly the same. If it's 20 minutes for a $3 million house, you better figure out a way to stretch it out to 20 minutes for that mobile home. And I would do it the exact same way every single time. And then the thumbnails always are just the house and the price, and that's it. Yep. Could I have a channel review as well? Yeah, you can. If you could throw me the link to your channel, I guess it is Life in Southern California. If I just read Christina. All right, we're just getting through the comments here. I would love to do live streams on my listings, but it would have to be done using my iPhone and walking around and showing the property. What do you think? Okay, I used to do this years ago. I'm going to tell you what happens. So YouTube, you can just go straight live from your phone. You just hit the live button, and as long as you have enough subscribers and watch time hours, you can just hit it that way. The problem is this, though. If anybody calls during that time, the live shuts down. And then you're going to put it on airplane mode. And then hopefully there's Wi-Fi that you can connect to. If you can't do that, then you're like having problems the whole way through. The connectivity problems happen. Let's say you are connected to their Wi-Fi. People want to go outside. They want to see the yard. As soon as you open up the back door and you're showing the pool, then you've lost connection with their Wi-Fi in their house. Live home tours are fun. People love looking at other people's stuff, but just know that they can be a real headache. They can be a real headache because sometimes sometimes it will shut down, then you have to restart. So now you have 3 lives in a very short period of time. Been there, done that. I used to call it the Sunday walkthrough. And I used to get to all my open houses an hour ahead of time, and then I do the Sunday walkthrough. It actually helped to get people there. It really worked well on Facebook, not so much YouTube, because YouTube seems to attract a more wider national audience. Let's see. Does a live stream have analytics for live stream and is separate from a video? Does that make sense? Yes. So live stream analytics do look a little bit different from standard video analytics in the fact that it shows you how many concurrent viewers you had during the live stream. It will tell you what those key points were during the live itself. And they'll let you know how many comments came in during certain points, which is really good to know, especially if you plan on live streaming some more, because it will let you know that like when you asked a question in the poll, asked a poll question, or you put up an article on the screen, that make more people engage your content even more? So those are the kinds of highlights you want to do for your next live stream. So yes, yeah, they have different analytics. For lives, would you suggest having a consistent traffic to your site before starting lives? Absolutely not. No. I was doing live streams when I had 100 subscribers. I was so excited. It was on Christmas, and I wore my hair at like Cindy Lou Who and like the little Whovilles, and I dressed up as a little elf, and I did my first live stream. I consistently for a year had 30 people that show up every week, and I was very excited. You're going to have to find your groove. And it's actually really better to practice now when you don't have that much of an audience, so that when you do gain that audience, you already have the confidence to talk for an hour on a live stream. So don't feel afraid or intimidated because you're like, oh, I don't know what to say. There's nobody here. Just act like they are. And this is a little secret tip for you, everybody. If you have some videos out there and you're wanting to do live streams, and you know that you're only going to get like 3 people, and 2 of them is going to be, one is going to be your mom and the other one's going to be your grandma, and you're not going to have a lot of questions. What you do, and I've done this many times, is you will screenshot a question from one of your videos and say, you know what, that was a really good question about the housing market. I'm going to be answering your question live on Sunday at 2 p.m. I hope to see you there, right? Say they don't come, doesn't matter. What you're going to do is you're going to take that question on something like StreamYard, and you're going to put it on the screen and say, hey, we got this question about the housing market and the real estate agents commissions and how it's going to work. This is how it reads. And then you read the question and then you answer it live. The more you do that and invite people that have already watched your videos in the past, the more people are going to come to your live stream. Smartest thing I ever did. When I started doing that, all of a sudden I was like, I went from 30 to 100 people. When I got to 100 people watching me live, I almost had a heart attack because it went from 30 to 50, and then it went over 100 in like just a few weeks. Because now you're even more engaged with that specific audience that's been watching our content, and then they feel very important that you invited them to the live stream and that you will be answering it live. So yeah, that's what I'll tell you to do. All right. Yep, they want the pickleball life. That is true. Did lives during COVID, and all of the problems you mentioned did happen to me. Yep, that is true. It was okay during COVID, but not so much anymore. Yeah, but they're great for engagement. Those. Have you ever done that on TikTok?
Yes, I do lives a lot on TikTok.
Do you ever do like a walkthrough tour live?
I haven't.
Oh, I'd be interested. I would be interested. Everything you said makes sense. Thank you. I'll tell my realtor friends about the real estate geeks. Fantastic. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I live stream for 0 to 4 people. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
but you've had some good momentum. Now, Joe takes our course, the Real Estate Video Geeks course, and he learned some lessons. I think he's gonna be launching a new channel. But in the meantime, he's testing out some different techniques and stuff that we have taught him. And he did a live stream, and after the fact, it did really well. And he was like, "Man, this stuff kind of works." Who knew? Yep, yep. All right, let's go back to your channel. All right, so I don't hate your thumbnails, but I will say that it's not necessary to write like communities around Portland. You don't need to write that. If this was me, I would have had the map on one side, like literally one half of the screen, that map, and then the other side, this city line, and then take all the words off because it already says Portland communities in the title.
Oh, you don't think any words should be on the thumbnail?
It's not necessary.
Oh.
Like I always tell people this, if you can convey everything that the video is about in the thumbnail without using words, you've won the lottery.
Oh.
I try to use like very minimal words. And if you have to use more than 3 words to get your point across, then you're doing it wrong.
Wow. Okay.
Because like this one right here is like unveiling Sherwood best neighborhoods.
You already have
that. Yeah, you already have that right here. Yep. This picture's aspect ratio is kind of weird. You look squishy. Like you're gonna squish down. All right. Yeah, and you know what? This is another thing too. You have this white line behind your image. And this was really popular on YouTube, but it's no longer a thing. So I would take off the white line. And if you wanted to do a drop shadow of a white drop shadow or a dark drop shadow, that would look more in line of what's today.
Sorry, when you say drop shadow, what's that mean?
Okay, let's do a little PicMonkey. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. I'm going to jump over here to PicMonkey. I don't know what editing software you use. Do you know?
Canva?
Or your thumbnails?
Canva?
Oh, you use Canva. Same difference. Okay. Share this tab. All right. So this is for my live stream that's coming up this Sunday. You see this arrow right here? Right? Yep. I'm going to take the drop shadow off. Right? See how it looks flat?
Yeah.
And then as soon as you put that drop shadow, it gives it that 3D dimension.
And you use, what is that called? PicMonkey?
This is PicMonkey. I've used this since the beginning of my YouTube journey.
Okay. And that makes thumbnails.
That makes thumbnails. And I've always liked it. I mean, honestly, it's the easiest thing you can use for making thumbnails. It just turns out so much better, less flat. I feel like it has better options, but it could be because I've used it since the beginning. I just never liked Canva. Canva was PicMonkey and Canva were PicMonkey was before Canva. Canva came out and I was like, yeah, it's okay. It's got some features, but I like PicMonkey better because it had more options. And every time there's been an update, PicMonkey is always just a step ahead of Canva.
Yeah. Even your thumbnail looks more crisp.
Right. So I will tell everybody what my trick is for thumbnails to make them crisp is that I always increase all my photographs, my own photographs. I edit them to increase the sharpness and the clarity on every single one, every single time. And I just take my photos with my phone. There's nothing special about it. I literally take them with my phone. I like joke. And I'm like, if I ever get pulled over and they have to go through my my phone, they're gonna be like, this woman's egotistical. Like, what is wrong with her? What a sick lady, you know? All those pictures of herself. Oh my gosh, she is a weirdo, you know? Those are real albums on my phone. So that
is that increase of sharpness, is that on PicMonkey?
Yeah, they have it on PicMonkey. But I do it through my phone.
Oh, there's a way to do it there.
Yeah. So you know, like, do you have an iPhone?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you take the iPhone and then you hit the edit, and then you can use all these little buttons to increase the clarity.
Oh.
At the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
See, I'm so behind. I'm learning a lot. Taking notes.
Well, everybody's learning, I bet you. Oh, I bet you. Okay, so there's your drop shadow. All right, we're gonna go back over here. Share this tab instead. And then when you're gonna do your image, make sure that your image is 1/3 of the screen. So I'm gonna give you another, like, let's go back to this image right here. So this is me. You see how my image is taking up 1/3 of the space, that my head hits the top of the screen, and you can see clearly what my facial expression is, all the lines in my head, what color my eyes are, what color lipstick I have on. People connect with people, so you want to make your image, if you're going to use your image, large enough that they can see it easily on a cellular device.
So now, how does that work when you have two people in the image? Are you still aiming to fit both of you in the 1/3, or does that change based on?
I would make each person the third. So I would move you over this way and then move that person over that way.
Okay.
Did
you just, it looked like you had a beard.
Yeah, you know why? Because I didn't like my haircut. I didn't like that. So I added some more hair. I wanted to look like I had longer hair.
Awesome.
So I put some look, I got longer hair there. So it looks like I have long hair. I do not. The power of editing. Knowing all my secrets. Another thing I do with thumbnails that everybody should know is I always whiten the whites of my eyes because it makes your eyes pop better.
And do you do that in PicMonkey?
I do. Yep. So you can go over here in PicMonkey. There's something called Touch Up, and then it says eye brightening, and then you go over here, and then you can just apply it.
Wow.
Yeah. So here we'll do that. Touch Up, eye brighten. And then I just hit that, and it will whiten the whites of my eyes. Interesting, huh?
Yeah. All those little changes make a difference.
Yeah, just a little bit here and there. I've learned some stuff over the years.
So that helps you with click-through, right? Because your thumbnail is click-through. Okay.
Yep, exactly. All right, we're back to you. Yeah, so I would just clean up your thumbnails. I would focus on what your avatar is going to be. I would change that banner to let the content, let them know it's about real estate. It isn't a blog. It isn't a blog channel. It's about buying and selling in real estate.
Yeah.
And then figure out who your avatar is in a while.
Can I ask you a question about that?
No, just kidding.
You mentioned relocation. So, I mean, when we literally look at our buyer pool, probably at least half of them, maybe more, are relocating to the area, right? So is it possible that avatar could be just relocation, and they're relocating for a 55 or older community, or they're relocating for high tech, or they're relocating for acreage property? I mean, like, literally our avatar is people who are like, we're just met somebody today that we're doing a buyer consultation this afternoon, and they're buying acreage. And it just so happens we were sitting out doing an acreage video this morning.
But would you say that everybody that's relocating has the same pain points? The people that are over 55, do you think they have the same pain points relocating as someone that's a millennial?
Kind of, in the sense that 55 or older, like, we don't have good, I mean, we suck at having 55 or older communities and one levels. We are in a real, actually the baby boomers and the first time home buyers are competing for the same inventory in our environment, because everybody wants the smaller one levels or the smaller homes that are affordable, and it's not affordable for the first timers, and the baby boomers come down and they can pay cash, right?
The pain point for a millennial is not the same as a pain point for a boomer. Not even close. So whenever you're making content to empathize with one specific type of home buyer. And if you're making content that belittles a boomer, and your content's for boomers, then it's going to be like, And then
we're not really focused on first time buyers, and we don't do a ton of them.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's what I would tell you to do. Those are some things you can work on.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome, Ann Stewart.
Yeah.
I'll be watching you on Tiki-Talkie.
I get a lot of business off TikTok. It's been good to me. But I worry it's going to go away. What are they talking about? They're talking about, I still haven't figured out, are we going away on TikTok?
I don't know.
So
I don't know.
I
I think
migrated over to YouTube because I thought, oh God, they'll take away
for the
our
love
TikTok.
of God, do not do a YouTube's don't on this channel put YouTube shorts. Please do not. If you're
I
going to
heard you
do
on the last one. I watched your recording and you were like, and you know what? I'm so glad you said that because I've been very tempted to get those cheap shots, those cheap fixes. And I'm good at short content, right? So, but you
make
were
a
like, don't
YouTube
do it,
shorts
don't do it.
channel. Yeah, do a shorts channel then.
I
Do
don't
a
want to
short.
do a shorts channel.
But it's a TikTok. It's a
And I'm just going to do it
TikTok.
on TikTok. I'm just going to keep TikTok until they turn the lights out.
And when they turn the lights out, go over to YouTube and start making those because you're good at them. You're good at the TikToks, and it could translate over into YouTube. And just make a shorts channel.
Oh, okay.
You know,
maybe I will. Maybe I will.
I want you to. And
Well, does the shorts YouTube channels do well? I mean, can it drag in business or is it?
If I can't tell you what will happen if TikTok disappears. I think that it's better to be prepared if TikTok disappears. I would love for you to have a YouTube Shorts channel, just like you do your TikTok channel. That's
Okay.
what I would enjoy the fact that you would do that. And I think that if you're ahead of the curve and TikTok disappears and you've already put content out there, who do you think YouTube's going to serve? The people that are scrambling and starting to put YouTube, TikTok type content on shorts right away, or the one that's been dedicated and putting it out for several months?
You're saying do another channel and it's only shorts.
Oh,
it's basically like I would treat it like a TikTok.
Yep, that is your new TikTok.
Do you know anyone who does that?
No one listens to me.
Oh, so this would be like experimental.
No, I already know. Because I work with other people that are not in the real estate niche. They're in the finance niche. They're in all sorts of different niches. And everybody that I know that has long form content that decided to do TikTok style shorts, even though they have a good audience going towards that, it splits the audience. The avatar changes. It makes their long form content suffer. Yeah. And then they have to spend 3 to 6 months fixing it back to the long form content that was bringing them the business. It's a good adrenaline shot, right?
Yeah, right.
It gives you that quick boost of views right away, and people feel great about it. But it's not necessarily going to translate into people that are calling you to get transactions.
Yeah, that's why I haven't done it.
But I think though, if you just only dedicated it to one thing, if you were just somebody that was making quick short form content on a YouTube channel, I think that's the recipe for success. Because everybody, vice versa. I know people that have been strictly short form content creators, created millions of subscribers, hundreds of millions of video views, and then try to do long form content and they got like 2,000 views. It's what your audience expects something from you. And then when you deliver them something that's either super short or really long, they're like, what the hell is this? You know? So yeah, that's what I'll tell you. And Anna Portland.
Anna Portland.
Anna Portland. All right. You're more than welcome to stay for the next review, or you can
get somebody else up here.
Yeah, somebody else wants to come up, they're more than welcome to. But I appreciate you stopping by, and this was kind of fun.
I so appreciate
I've never done this live like this before. I've been following you on TikTok, so I feel like I'm in a celebrity.
The TikTok that might go away. Yep.
They've been threatening it forever, so we'll see what happens. Yeah. I think it's a really dumb idea. I just think it's about control, if we're going to be honest. But what do I know? Yeah. All right, Ann. Thank you. Guys, follow her on TikTok. Follow her on TikTok. She does a great job. All right, we're on to the next one. Let's see. We got some. I got to put on my glasses. I can't see crap. All right. Here we go. Everything you said makes. Oh, I did this one. All right. All right. Here we go. Then connect the two channels together, shorts and long forms. You can do. Yeah, you can have You're correct. There is a way, if you have featured channels, there's a tab that you can put your featured channels, which would be your own channels, in that section. You are correct. Thank you for the reminder, Rebecca. Rebecca Mecca Hi, Mecca Hiney Ho. All right, we're going to share this tab. I'm going to share this tab. Here we go. Oops, add to stage. Here we go. Hi, look at there. Look what we got. Let's see if we can do it. Let's do it like this. We're living in Idaho. Subscribe to learn more about living in Idaho. I'm going to give you the same advice I gave Ann. Is this about living in Idaho, or is this about moving and buying homes or selling homes? Let people know that's what it's about. You don't need the subscribe button because they already know to subscribe. It's not something you need to tell people to do anymore. Then you have the name of the channel on the banner, which is already the name of the channel, so you don't need to have that on there. I know you have this new videos every week. If you're sick or you missed a week, are you really going to put them out every single week? Just saying. I do like the little code here. I'm gonna scan your little code. Let's see where it goes. All right, here we go. Let's see where it goes. It's gonna go somewhere. Oh, look, it goes to a questionnaire. Oh, genius. What are you looking for? I'm buying, I'm selling, buying and selling, I'm renting. This is so good. It's a 17 question questionnaire. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you a secret. If you make that questionnaire even shorter, you're going to have more success of people actually filling it out, because people want to get in and out, do something really quick. My lead capture form that has been the most successful for me, it's just your name, your address. No, I'm sorry. Your name, your email address, your phone number, and if you're buying or selling. And that's it. Because really, honestly, that's all we really need to know. We need to get their phone number so we can call them on the phone. And that's it. Everything else is like, it's all a cakewalk. So make it I would simplify this, but this is great. This is good. All right, let's look at your all right. Oh, look. So this is the same form that he had. This is in his about section. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let's see. Yeah, you can see this. This is exactly what he was clicking on. But it's 17 questions. I'm just gonna I don't want to fill it out because I would, but it's 17 questions. You're gonna asking them to click 17 times. Mm-mm. Nope. Simplify. That's what I'm gonna tell you. All right. Share this tab instead. All right. Here we go. Oh, I like your clarity on your videos is really good. Do. From selling it all to living the Idaho dream 4 years later. 20-minute video. I kind of like it. I like it. You don't even have to have the little, oh, you don't need that little Idaho thing here, but that's really nice. It's a good thumbnail. I don't hate it. And then normally I would say, oh, you need to be bigger, but you get the message across with this. But you're big enough here. I just take down as many words that you have. And then I would try to like juice up your actual titles themselves. Because living in Cadwell, Idaho, charming downtown. If it's charming downtown and then your first 5 seconds isn't about downtown, that doesn't make sense to me. If this is a property tour, then you should have it about like, I'm a little confused. But I don't hate your thumbnails. I don't think they're terrible. I just would take down the words and then try to make your titles more juicy. So I would like, if I was to redo this title, if this was a walkthrough tour, I'd say most charming home, and then I'd have the price point of it, and then the Cadwell, Idaho, and then have this thumbnail would have the price of the home and the outside of the home on it. Yeah, I think these are all walkthrough tours. I could be wrong. And then what this one too, like what to do in Boise, Idaho, wet winter. This isn't to me about buying or selling a home, right? It's not related to real estate. So figure out a way to tie in that type of content when someone is buying or selling a home, and make sure the title relates to that as well. It's interesting, but it doesn't relate to an avatar buying and selling a home. Yeah, but I mean, you're well on your way. They're nice and crisp and clear. A little too many words, kind of the same thing that I've been telling everybody else. Not bad, my friend. You're doing good. Let's take a look. Are you using your community page? Start using this better. Yep, use this a little bit more. I'm guilty, by the way. Totally guilty of not using my community page. But it does get people connected. And I'll tell you what they love is those poll questions. You put some poll questions in there, you're going to get a lot of people answering. Maybe even people that aren't even part of your channel. And then it doesn't look like you're doing live streams. I would tell you to start doing those. But good work, my friend. Very good work. All right. We had a call in. We got a question that came in around. Question for Craig. Are you getting business from your channel now? I don't know who Craig is. I'm assuming that's this person that's living in Idaho. All right. Somebody wanted life in Southern California. I'm going to type that in here right here. Let's see how bad my spelling is. Life in Southern California. All right, here we go. Here we are. Hello, friend. Stephanie. Is this you? Did I pick the right person? I think I did. Here we go. We got another question. How long did it take you for you folks to get business off your channels? I'm going to be, I told you it took me a year to get to 100 subscribers. The only reason I stayed consistent for doing it for a year, it was my 6th video that I ever put out that got, I got one of the biggest sales I ever had at that point had ever sold because I had done a YouTube video. And it was some guy from he was in Utah and he was moving to my area. And he was like, oh, I just watched your videos and they were so great. And I wanted to know if you would have time to work with me. And I was like, yeah. So yeah, it's possible. Definitely. That isn't the true of everybody, but it's possible to get them fairly quickly. All right, let's go back to life in Southern California. All right. So with your banner, I like the background a lot. The pink with the nothing screams California like the palm trees and the skyline. That was really good. So this is about home tours, life in Southern California, real estate content. Okay. I don't think you necessarily need to have this up here. You can have this over here, like the Stephanie Oliveira. I hope I say your last name right. I'm so sorry. Just move that over to the right-hand side so it's not so busy. And then move this up. You can take the subscribe button off of there. But cute picture on the banner. Good picture. Same picture on your profile. Love it. Good enough. First, look at her. She's so smart. First thing, book an appointment with me right there in the About section. Very good. And these are home tours. She's got the house and the price. Yep. Good. Very, very good. Smart. The only thing I would tell you to do with these is increase the amount of time. Like instead of doing 7 or 8 minute videos, try to get them like 10, 12, 14, 20 minutes long. No more than 20. But you'd be shocked on how much people love a good 20-minute walkthrough tour. Shocked. And the people that I know that have had really good success, great conversion rates with their walkthrough tour channels are the ones that have videos that are over 15 to 20 minutes long. Crazy, right? It's true though. That's what I would do. But you're doing your thumbnails right. You're doing your titles right. Just increase that time. Yep. Small tweaks on your banner. Your About section's perfect. To your community page. Start posting stuff in your community page. But other than that, man, you're doing good stuff. Good stuff. This is one of the times I will tell you that if you have nothing but tours on your channel, go ahead and make shorts of the tours of your channel. That's the only time I'll say that to put it on the same channel. It's the only time I'll tell you to do that If you have a tour channel that's nothing but real estate tours, do shorts of those same tours. It's a rare moment. You heard it here first. All right. Portland Life says, can you ask the SoCal agent how her home tours are doing, and is she getting business from them? I can ask. I don't know if she's still in the chat. I don't know. My SoCal girl, are you still there? Living in Southern California. I don't think she's in the chat anymore. We're gonna ask, and maybe, you know what, if she could, maybe she could put it in the chat after this is published if she happens to watch this. So that would be the right thing to do. Yay, that would be good. But I know many agents that do very well, but it all comes down to consistency. If you can't put out at least a minimum of one home tour a week on your channel, then don't do home tours. Even if you have to like get with builders in your area or other people in your office to show off their listings to keep up with the amount of home tours every single week, then I suggest doing that. I mean, back in the day, I used to ask other agents from other brokerages if I could feature their homes on the home tour. And of course, what I would do is right at the beginning, I'll be like, this is a home listed by Beth Alford with Remax Properties. She's letting us take a tour of it today. And then I would just go through the whole synopsis of the whole entire house. You know, I'd start off at the sign. I'd be like, this is listed by her, but I'm going to go ahead and do a property tour. It worked. You know, they called me even though it was her listing, and she could have cared less. She was like, get it sold. I don't care. I don't care. If that's what it takes to get it sold, go for it, Christina. And I'm like, thanks. You know, you'd be surprised on how many people are open to the idea, especially now in the world we live in now. They're not as scared that you're trying to steal their business, you know. All right. If anybody wants to jump on here and have a conversation with me, you're more than happy to jump on since Joe decided to go on vacation. I'm giving him a hard time. He didn't go on vacation. He went and took his lovely wife out for a lovely vacation out somewhere else. Not really vacation. It's like a romantic getaway. So anyways, all right, everybody, we're rounding it off to an hour. If you are interested in the YouTube Video Geeks course, Joe and I are now entering in our third week. I would tell you to wait until the next round, because this is when we're getting head over heels into a lot of content that's going to take you too long. It's going to frustrate you. It's too much to take in at one time. So I would tell you to go ahead and step this one out. We're going to be doing the next one in about 4 or 5 weeks, and then you can join the course right here. Now you're more than welcome to pay ahead of time, and I've had people start right smack dab in the middle, but then they go through it again. So because it's just too much to learn at one time. But this is the course. Just go to realestatevideogeeks.com. You can get all the information there, and you always have lifetime access to it once you have been in part of the course. So, all right, everybody, if you have any questions afterwards, make sure you post them in the comments below. And I hope to see you next week. Happy Thursday. Bye, everyone.